from Hyderabad, David Warner, the captain, and of course, the inclusion of Riddhiman Saha made all things good for Hyderabad. 219 is what they managed in their quota of 20 overs. What a performance this has been. And to discuss all of it, I have been joined in with, of course, Yuvraj Dua. Yuvraj, amazing performance, and it looks like that Delhi has lost the game in the halfway stage.
Honestly, it didn't look like that Saha will play this way. He's taken the bowling by the scruff of its neck, and the way he batted today, he absolutely came in with a storm. He was destructive. He was really good, and it wasn't looking like he's doing much efforts. It was effortless batting. He scored more boundaries than sixes, but it was a brilliant innings. First, he supported David Warner very well. After that, when David Warner actually got out, he took the lead role. What an innings it was! 87 of 45, that too on your comeback. What he's done today is he's made a statement. He's made an absolute statement that Riddhiman Saha, you can't count him out ever. He might not be the best T20 player, but if he's played this kind of innings, you'd want him to open for your side. And it was a very brave move actually. Leaving Johnny Bairstow out and opening with Riddhiman Saha, it has paid off.
Absolutely, and I think we were also discussing about it in the 4 o'clock show in the match day live. That how about we bring somebody like Riddhiman Saha into the picture, came into the side and delivered straight away. That's exactly what you expect. Yesterday, India call up was there. Now he will be also playing for the Test team. He has been the regular member there, but now I think he will be very happy, and that's why a performance like this was expected. Without any doubt, I think Hyderabad is now 75-80% into this game already.
I actually gave this suggestion, if you remember, Vedant, that Kane Williamson could be brought in for Johnny Bairstow. Then, of course, instead of Priyam Garg, you'll have to bring in Riddhiman Saha because you need a wicket keeper, a specialist wicket keeper, and that's exactly what happened. And Riddhiman Saha did justice to his name. So, without further delay, I think we should look at the tweets, best tweets of the first innings, Vedant. Harish Arya Somaya Jula says, what Gale has done to Punjab is what Saha is doing to Hyderabad, proving their worth. Similar roles they've played, but Saha, I think, did way better than Gale did in his first game for Punjab, 87 of 45. But they're playing a similar role, and we might see a similar consequence of it. Similar result that Punjab have registered 5 games, 5 wins in a row. Hyderabad might also win last 3 games. It will be interesting to watch. So Gale and Saha are being compared here.
Absolutely. And if you remember, even yesterday in the match report section, we were discussing that when Chris Gale was brought into the picture, he actually changed the fortunes of the side. And at times it actually happens. And I think something similar is happening with a side like Hyderabad as well. They brought in Riddhiman Saha, asked him to open the innings, and just see the change. Just see the change. 219. This is not a Sharjah wicket, let me tell you that. It's a Dubai wicket. And whenever we talk about Dubai wicket, we are like, if you are scoring 175 or 180, that seems to be a par total. Now you have scored 219 against a side to which we say has one of the best bowling lineups in Indian T20 League 2020 season. And if you can keep somebody like Rabada wicketless, then it seems to be a great performance.
But I think Hyderabad have pulled it back well rather in the last 5 overs, because Hyderabad were 170 in the first 15 overs. After that, just
0.3.
in 14.3, so 49 runs after that in 5.5 overs. They have pulled it back well. This might be the difference, but it's still going to be a really tough chase, really daunting, really towering chase for them. Shikhar Dhawan will hold key today. I think they needed Prithvi Shaw today, maybe. But Ajinkya Rahane is there today, and he'll have to play a role at the top of the order. Then let's have a look at the second tweet, Vedant. Everyone thought it was very brave of Hyderabad to drop Bairstow and bring in Saha, but then Saha remains the most underrated and uncomplaining cricketer. He has delivered on countless occasions without making a fuss about it. How does he manage to do that? I think he's always performed well on comebacks. Whenever he makes a comeback for India, he does well. He makes a comeback for Hyderabad, he does well. So yeah, a fuss-less player, a very simple player. Good, solid technique, doesn't complicate things. That's what Saha is, I think.
Absolutely. Saha is somebody who will deliver, who will try to deliver, give his 100%, if not with the bat, of course, behind the stump. So he is a very, very good player, and you should have somebody like him in the side. Even if you see the English slide in the limited over circuit, they are just trying to keep Josh Butler behind the stumps and probably have Johnny Bairstow in the 30-yard circle, or maybe just on the boundary rope. And that's exactly what the team combination can actually look like. Kane Williamson, you can brought him in the picture whenever needed. If Kane Williamson is not there, you can probably utilize Johnny Bairstow as a proper opener, and you can still have somebody like Riddhiman Saha in your side. Probably he can be a better batsman even in the middle order if compared to somebody like Priyam Garg.
Definitely, Vedant, we are very close to live action now. Would you like to have a look at the scorecard quickly?
Absolutely. So I think Delhi made a mistake at the toss because they won the toss and elected to bowl first, and then it was all about Hyderabad show. 219 is what they managed in 20 overs. David Warner, the birthday boy, smashed 66 of 34 deliveries, 8 boundaries, and 2 massive sixes. Ashwin got rid of him, but it took some time for Ashwin to pick a wicket. 3 overs, 35 for 1 is what Ashwin's figures read. And then, of course, Riddhiman Saha, we have been talking about him from last 10-11 minutes because he surely deserves it. 87 of 45 deliveries, 12 boundaries and 2 sixes. And then it was about Manish Pandey and Kane Williamson as where they can take Hyderabad's total. I think Manish Pandey did really well. 44 of 31 deliveries. But I think Kane Williamson could have been replaced by somebody like Jason Holder or maybe Abdul Samad in those conditions. 11 of 10 deliveries for Kane Williamson, just one boundary. But I think even then, Hyderabad has managed to post 219, and 219 looks daunting. It looks scary if you are a Delhi fan. Then, of course, Anrik, he was good. 4 overs, 37 for 1. Kagiso Rabada, 25 games. He's picked the wicket, but today, I think it was in the best of days for him. 4 overs, 54. If you are a Rabada fan, if you have been seeing Rabada over a period of time, this is not how his figures read. But today, this was the show. Then, of course, Akshar Patel, 4 overs, 36. Tushar Deshpande, again expensive. He needs to see where he is going wrong. 3 overs, 35, because I don't think if Ricky Ponting is seeing this very closely, Shreyas Iyer is seeing this very closely. He might not be getting those many opportunities in future because now it looks like that Delhi will be registering their 5th loss in Indian T20 League 2020 season. Then, of course, Marcus Stoinis, 2 overs, 17. I think there was interesting stat, Yuvraj, which was also shown on the TV screen, the big screen, and it showed that Delhi bowlers have bowled 87% stock deliveries and just 13% slower deliveries. Was that the difference?
Um, Earlier, they have relied on their stock deliveries only. Kagiso Rabada and Andrik Nortje have been relying on their stock deliveries and not the slow deliveries per se. I think it was just the batting of Hyderabad. I think they were too good today. As you mentioned, it's David Warner's birthday. We might be in for something special, and we were. And I think they did not expect Riddhiman Saha to do what he did. They
Okay.
weren't. He came out of the syllabus. I think
Plans.
it was a question which came up from out of the syllabus. That's what I think. They expected David Warner to do so, Manish Pandey, even Kane Williamson, but Riddhiman Saha, they didn't study for him, and he was the first question in the question paper. So that's where they went wrong, I think. But now I think still it's game on, and we might see a good chase here. Apart from that, a really uh, bad day for Rabada in the field. But I think we can excuse him because it's come after 24 games that he's not picked up a wicket. So he'll want to better it. And as you mentioned about Tushar Deshpande, they might want to replace him with Harshal Patel now because he's been expensive for 3 games now, and Delhi can't afford it right now. They cannot afford for someone to be giving away so many runs in his quote of 3-4 overs. They need Harshal Patel back, I think.
Absolutely, and I would just like to correct him because all the viewers who are watching 25 games, he has consistently picked a wicket or two. But today, the 26th game, he wasn't able to pick. But yes, as Yuvraj said, we will give it to him. He has been performing over a period of time. When we speak about Delhi's batting lineup, I think a lot will depend on how Rishabh Pant, Shimron Hetmeyer, and Shreyas Iyer actually bat today, because we have seen the likes of somebody like Shikhar Dhawan seems to be performing. We might not expect a big innings from Ajinkya Rahane. If he scores, good for Delhi, but I'm not expecting him to fire, if you get what I mean. Then I'm expecting somebody like probably Shreyas Iyer or Rishabh Pant to actually come into picture, show their class, because if they don't perform today, Yuvraj, it will be fifth loss and hat trick of losses, and that will actually down their chances to qualify for the playoffs.
Definitely, three losses, that too at this time, at this end of the tournament, they can't afford it seriously, and it's time for them to. I think Srivats Goswami is actually coming out
That
for.
means that groin injury was looking a little serious.
Yeah, it was. That is another loss for them actually. If Ridhiman Shah fails to turn up in the next game, this will be another big loss, and they'll have to go towards
Johnny Benn.
Johnny Besto again. Kane Williamson will have to sit out most probably, or they might even open with someone else, maybe Priyam Garg or Abhishek Sharma. I'd love to see him open actually, but most probably they will go back to Johnny Besto if that happens. And the batsmen have stepped out to the middle, Ajinkya Rahane and Shikhar Dhawan. Vedant, what do you think? Do they have a chance? Are they in with a chance?
I don't think so. I think maximum they will be able to make today is 170 or 180. They will be surprising me if they actually go past that 200 mark as well. I'm not expecting. It's very difficult. 220 at Dubai wicket. I think they need something very special. An innings like David Warner and Ridhiman Shah. If they are able to do it, we might. But as of now, if you ask me at the midway stage, I'm backing Hyderabad to win and capture those two important points. Anyway, we are in for a game. What do you feel, Yuvraj?
I think we are in for a good game. It'll be a close game, as you feel that Delhi will fall way short. I don't. I think they will provide some competition to the Hyderabad bowlers, and they'll give them a headache. I think they'll give them a headache. We're just a few moments from the first ball being bowled, and I think that it's a good time to move straight to live action. Thanks.
First, you tell me who is winning.
Who's winning? Oh, that's a tough question. I think it will be Hyderabad, but by a margin of 10, 12 runs. So now the first ball is being bowled, and now I think it's a good time to move to live action. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll come back with the analysis of the whole game after this innings ends. Till then, enjoy the second innings. Propel your thoughts and come back to discuss the game with us, of course. We'll see you again after the match.